Whoa, boy, we're live. We're live without Ty. Oh, man, Ty is off in the Gulf of America. But I think we've got Travis Ford joining us here with the hat on and probably a beer in his hand.
Fighting off that red storm, brother. Oh, my God.
What a game. What a game. Travis,
Dude.
What did you see right there, man? Besides absolutely poor officiating. I'm so loud. Dude. I hope you guys don't think I'm way too loud.
The refs were so bad, bro.
Yeah, my gosh. I mean, the Razorbacks right there withstood the team. They withstood the refs, a hostile crowd. I know there's some Arkansas fans there, but man, that was like a home game for them.
Dude, it basically was because they're in New York. I mean, Rhode Island, which is
they're in Rhode Island. They said it's a 3-hour drive, and their fans showed up loud. It was so loud. But the Hogs came out to play. So, I mean, what'd you think?
Dude, it's pretty cool to be in the Sweet 16 again. I ain't gonna lie.
It's cool to be in the Sweet 16. Now we just need a Kentucky loss right here. Kentucky lost this weekend.
Yeah. Make it all right. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I'm so loud. I'm having to adjust it. Like, I'm loud in my own ears.
Oh, you're good, man. So, I'm in the boondocks in Bella Vista.
It looks like you got a better background than I do, for sure.
You know, I've never been on this end of what's it called? I've never been on this end of eCam, so I can't see the comments. That kind of sucks.
Oh man, sorry. Let's see. Lots of woo damn pigs, lots of woo pig sueys.
By the way, Monday's show we will be in full on studios, so we'll be we'll be back to normal there. But yeah, dude, I'm excited, man. I can't believe they fouled Z out like that. That was terrible. He got smacked in the face, and they're like, that's a foul. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
Some of the worst calls I've ever seen. I mean, guys not even anywhere near foul, and sometimes it looked to me like St. John's was actually hitting our guys. There was at one point Brazil gets his hand on the ball first, and then Lewis comes through him like a train, and the foul's on Brazil. Things like that I don't understand. Brazil's got the ball in his hand. That's like possession.
Dude, Ojefor's a buster, bro. That guy plays like a bitch.
I'm telling you, he flopped more than LeBron James. Everybody on here knows how I feel about LeBron James. Ejiofor, I think, is the future LeBron James. If he shot it, he fell to the floor. If he got touched on the block, he fell to the floor. And for the most part, they called it. They gave him the calls. It was ridiculous. He might be the most protected player in this tournament so far.
I don't know what his deal is with them, but holy crap.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, dude, I'm pumped though. I really am. Those refs were absolutely atrocious, and I hate that like I'm complaining about that more than anything. But holy shit, that was bad, dude.
I mean, and let's be honest. I think that it was bad both ways. It was a little more bad for Arkansas, but those refs wanted to be seen. I mean, at one point there were as many fouls called as there were field goals made. It was like 29 field goals made and something like 23 or 24 fouls called. It was ridiculous. The refs wanted to be seen. They wanted to be heard. And it wasn't like it was a completely out of control game that they had to get control of. They were just calling fouls left and right. It was crazy.
Dude, yeah. That's what I said. I tweeted, man, ref show.
Yeah. I mean, and you hate for that. Like you get that sometimes in a season, but you hate for that in a tournament game. You're looking at a tournament game and going, let the guys play. But the only person they wanted to let play was Ejiofor. I don't know if they're getting something out of his first NBA contract or what's going on there, but he was the only one they wanted to let play.
Do you have stats on that game?
I do have stats, and we'll get to those in a couple of minutes. But first of all, I just wanted to just call out what we were seeing right there. Ooh.
Dude, that's probably the worst officiating I've seen, I think, ever.
I agree with you.
I don't know.
I agree with you.
It continues to grow because I say that every year in SEC play, and then and I see something worse. But these guys were like SEC refs on steroids, man.
That being said, what did you see from Arkansas? What did you notice from Arkansas in this game? Let's take the refs out of it. We won by 9 points.
You know what I mean? Like,
we won by 9 points with the worst officiating maybe of the tournament. So what did you see from Arkansas?
The whole team played like some dogs. So that's definitely like my favorite thing to see is all of them. You could tell that our players wanted it more, and it showed. You know, Adu was well. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the game. I was kind of so pissed during it that I can't remember it all.
Well, this crazy. Oh,
I'll tell you one thing I do remember
kicking me out of our stats, but
there's some plays that if Boogie. There's some times in that game that if Boogie wasn't in that game, I don't know if we'd have won it.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you completely.
So him coming back was really big. I hope
it's nice to have an 8-man rotation. It's nice to be back to 8-man rotation instead of
there for a while. I was wondering if we were going to finish the game with walk-ons.
For real.
You know? I was like,
for real.
Who are we going to play? Because I literally didn't know who we were going to play. If they fouled a couple of our guys out, we're talking about some 2 or 3 guys. We're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
But that game was an epic game. I think, dude, and of course we're biased, right? But I think we've had the craziest 2 games in the whole tournament so far. Like entertainment wise.
Yeah.
Just like knife fights, rock fights. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, for real. Let's get to some of these comments real quick. That's how the game was supposed to be called, though. We handled it well from Whoopig.
I agree.
I don't know.
I don't think
know if that's how it was supposed to be called.
Just saying that's kind of how it goes.
Oh, sure.
The one thing that I've noticed the most out of the Razorbacks in our games, and sorry if I'm cutting you off because I can't hear you super well, but is if we're going to win, it's not going to be because we get a good call. The Razorbacks, if they're going to win, they gotta take it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We've never been the team that gets the calls. That I can remember, and I've been watching 40 years. I don't remember Arkansas ever being the team that gets the calls. Couple more. Over 40 fouls total, Logan Muir says. Can't happen in an NCAA tournament game. I agree. It should not be. The refs should go pretty much unnoticed. Even the guys at halftime, the Charles Barkley, Kenny Smith, they were saying, it shouldn't come down to call after call, and you shouldn't be watching teams go shoot free throws constantly. Charles Barkley was like, I'd let him play. I don't want to see a foul called unless it's a flagrant.
That's my thoughts.
I agree with that.
And that flagrant was bullshit too, in my opinion. Dude.
So Ejiofor. So I'm looking at it like, if you're going to pick a guy to flop on, Brazil's not the guy. Like Brazil, what is he? 6'9", 6'10", 130 pounds. And Ejiofor is huge. And he runs into Brazil and then flops his head back and falls to the floor. And that is a flagrant foul on Brazil. I don't get it.
Yeah, and then I could go on about the refs all damn night. It doesn't matter because we're going to the Sweet 16, which is awesome. We haven't done that since Muss, so that's it's really dope. It's crazy to see in Cal's first year after such a bad start, ending up going to the Sweet 16. And I'm also very curious to see where the rest of these SC teams that everybody was so high on end up at.
Yeah. So a couple more. Josh Gar already calling for the gold chain to Billy. I don't have the gold chain. We're going to give a virtual gold chain because I don't have one. LR501 says gold chain to Billy for sure. I'm going to make an argument for you guys when we go over the stats. Definitely Billy Richmond. It seems like he always comes out and makes plays and brings the energy, but I'm going to make an argument for you guys on the gold chain. We're definitely going to have a debate here in the comments. Pigpen says we slashed the basket. The Big East can't hang. Agreed. Boogie is tough.
Yeah. Boogie's tough and Boogie's smooth, man.
Yeah.
I
Pigpen says
think
Big
DJ
Z
had
a
the craziest
non-factor
handles.
again. For sure, Big Z was a non-factor again. Agreed.
I don't know what's wrong with Z. The last few games, even before the tournament, he's been so hot and cold this year that it's kind of just like if he has one game where he starts smashing from the perimeter again, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I mean,
but he's currently right now he's cold Z.
He he got more minutes today. So the other day you could blame it on he had 4 minutes in the whole game. He got 10 minutes today, still only 2 points, 2 boards. So
what do you think about them keeping Lewis on the bench there at the end of the game?
I mean, he was what, 3 for 17 or something like that. No, yeah. I like it. I'm a little surprised by it. Just
I was
a little
glad
bit.
he was on the bench.
Yeah, same. Jerry Bell says, just imagine if we had Thero. I think they said Thero practiced. I think he's back for next week.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he'll be back for next week. They said he practiced and it was a questionable game day decision. Do what?
When do we play next? Is it a Saturday?
It'll be Thursday or Friday. It'll be Thursday or Friday. Mm-hmm. I don't think that the actual schedule's set yet, but it'll be Thursday or Friday. So, yeah. So let's get into some of these stats.
Yellow.
You there? You froze on my screen, buddy. And he's gone. Maybe he'll be back in a minute. We'll see. So, for everybody who doesn't know, Ty is out, taking a much needed vacation. Travis is in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to try to keep him coming back to the screen when he disappears. And I'm going to try to pull this thing off. I know I'm probably not the most exciting like Ty, but we're going to do the best we can to keep this
You're exciting,
keep this show running.
Don't let nobody lie to you.
Oh, whatever. The only thing shining is my head right now. But let's get into some stats real quick. For the game, for team stats, Arkansas shot 42.9%. 3-pointers were atrocious, 2 for 19 for 10.5%. Free throws, we were 19 of 27. Do what?
I said our perimeter game was busted.
Oh yeah, for sure. But not to be outdone, St. John's shot 28% for the game, 21 of 75. So 28% is just terrible. They were 2 for 22 from 3-point, 22 for 31 from the free throw line. So even though it feels like that game was officiated absolutely terribly, and I won't change my opinion on that, the free throw difference was only 31 to 27. They actually shot 71%. We shot 70.5%. So not that bad. Not that much of a difference. They did out rebound us 51 to 45, including an offensive rebound advantage of 12. St. John's had 28 offensive boards to Arkansas 16. But probably the two biggest stats here, Arkansas had 10 assists to St. John's 5 and 7 blocks to St. John's 3. We went in and blocked everything that came to the rim. We kept them from going inside and getting points in the paint. The points in the paint, I wish I had our normal stat website, but I don't. But our points in the paint at one point, we were more than double the points in the paint St. John's had. Individual players, leading scorer was Billy Richmond. I know everybody's saying Billy Richmond gold chain. He was the leading points. He was also the leading rebounder with 9. And only 2 fouls. So great play by Billy Richmond. But I'm going to make an argument for Carter Knox to be our gold chain guy. And you guys start the debate in the chat right now. Carter Knox, 15 points, 6 boards, 1 steal, 4 blocks. He was also 9 of 11 from the free throw line, hitting some key free throws at the end of the game. Start the debate. Carter Knox, 15 points versus Richmond, 16 points and 9 boards. Knox had 6 boards, 4 blocks, and a steal. Don't forget my guy, Carter Knox. He is the reason that we started out fast today. He was huge. All right.
Yeah, dude,
Alan Ellis says,
Knox looked
nope, it's
pretty
got to
good
be
today,
Billy.
man.
You're going to have to convince me it's Billy because I don't think I can go there.
The only thing that was weird about Carter today is he was inconsistent at the free throw line for, it seemed like. I don't know. Maybe
9 of 11?
maybe this, okay, I guess so. It just seemed like when I was watching, I was like, oh, crap. I thought he had missed a couple, and I was just like, oh, man, shit.
He was 9 of 11.
I guess
Billy
he literally
Richmond was
missed a
4 of
couple,
7.
though, huh?
Yeah, only two. Other great performances. Brazil was 8 and 8, 8 points, 8 boards, 1 block. Adu 7 points, 7 boards, 1 steal, 1 block. Nelly Davis 13 points, 4 boards. They don't have him credited with a steal, but I know I saw him steal at least 1. This is not the best stat site, the NCAA site that we were forced to use for the tournament. Is not the best.
If it's anything like their refs, you know.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. That being said, let's see who else really contributed here. Boogie had 6 points, 6 points, 1 steal, 4 boards. DJ 8 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 steals. Just a really great overall performance. We got a lot of contribution from a lot of guys. All together.
We had to have it. We needed
8 scored, and we needed every single point from every single guy.
Yeah.
Taking a look at St. John's. Probably the biggest thing here is Lewis. When I look at Lewis for the season, he averaged 18.5 points per game. For this game, though, 9 points. So their big scorer was Ejiofor, which we know he was protected for the entire game by the officiating. Ejiofor only averages 14 and 8 for this game. 23 points, 12 boards, 2 steals, 1 block. I mean, he had a monster game. But when the refs are on your side and you can do whatever you want, that's the kind of game that we have.
Yep. So what do you think? What do you think next round? Who we got to go? I know it's Texas Tech and somebody else.
Oh, hold on. It is between Texas Tech and Drake. Drake being an 11 seed, Texas Tech is a 3rd seed. Would love to cheer for another Cinderella like us and Drake, but I think Texas Tech takes that one probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching that one.
I'm scrolling back through some of these comments here since I started that debate on Knox. Knox versus Richmond. Let's see what we got. How about them Hogs, says Sam Titman. Ultimate Gaming says it's Thursday the 27th for our Sweet 16 game.
Okay.
Sweet 16 is a great season for all the people who are down on the Hogs. This guy says Sweet 16 is a great season after we started the way we did. No need to jump the gun. Let's see. Redmen were overrated, says Sol Rosenberg. Let's see. Steven 1383, and we ain't done yet. I'm not seeing anybody really taking me up on this. Do what?
I said, we just beat a 2 seed. That's crazy.
I know. Alan Ellis says, nope, it's got to be Billy. So there's the first person responding to my debate here.
I think it's Billy too, man.
This guy says Knox gets it because of the free throw shooting. He outshot Richmond from the free throw line, and he hit important free throws at the end of the game.
Did you see on that last one, Billy shot it, the last one, and you tell him he was just like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Pigpen says Jonas for not fouling out. Hey, man, we got good minutes out of Jonas with 4 fouls. We got real good minutes out of Jonas with 4 fouls.
Cal was careful with him, too, at the very last. If you noticed at that last with the free throw, when there was about 2 minutes left, Cal pulled Jonas. Because I sat there in my head and I was like, oh, he's saving him for the very last second in case we need him on the interior. You know what I mean?
Yep. Transplanted Texan says no debate. Make it a freshman double feature. Billy and Knox for the gold chain, a double gold chain. We don't split the baby. We don't split the baby that way.
I was gonna say, would that be the first one ever?
That ain't happening. LR 501. says
Give one
Billy
of them
was
the fake
clutch.
chain and the other one the real one.
Yeah, one of them gets the Dookie gold chain, right? Isn't that what they were calling it midseason? The Dookie gold
That's what
chain.
Brim calls it. Yep.
Woo Pig says give Knox the chain. I agree. Woo Pig also said Knox came out and set the tone for us. He really did. I will say he disappeared at the beginning of the second half. After setting the tone in the first half, he really did kind of disappear in the second half. But then he finishes the half with the free throws that really kind of sealed it and put it away. Knox was pipping tonight, says LR501.
That's reasonable.
Both Knox and Billy were huge at times, but so was almost everyone else. It really was a well played game by most of the team. It's hard to fault someone, even Big Z. It's hard to fault when the fouls called were just so ridiculous. I mean, he does foul out of the game, but even the fouls on him, you're just like, what? So yeah, it's kind of hard to fault him for that. LR501 makes the argument Billy had a career high in a tournament game, and he did 16 points.
Billy's clutch, man. I hope he sticks around.
Dang Ruiz boys, Knox. I don't know, Travis. Can we give a double gold chain?
Yeah, but who gets the good one? Is the question. Who gets the big dog one?
Okay. I'm gonna read this off to you, and we're gonna give it another couple of minutes. We're gonna give it another couple minutes, but hear me out. Okay. Carter Knox, 15 points, 6 boards, 4 blocks, 1 steal. Billy Richmond, 16 points. That was a career high. 16 points, 9 boards. No blocks, no steals.
Statistically, I guess it would probably be Knox then.
I mean, all right, guys, you got just a couple minutes. We're gonna talk through here a little bit, and then we're gonna make a decision on this chain. I'd like to see more debate over there. I'm gonna take a look at this next opponent real quick. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, you're good. I was just I'm just like weighing it out in my head. I don't really know. I don't know. They both did pretty good, man. I love that Nelly's finally turned back into tournament Nelly too.
Right.
He seems to have smoothed out so much the past few games.
You know what I love about Nelly? I think I said this on a show with Ty a couple of weeks ago. The thing that I love about Nelly the most is that we all thought he was coming in here to be this superstar scorer, and everybody was so upset when Nelly Davis didn't come in and average almost 20 points a game or whatever. But you know what he does better than probably anybody else on the team? His defense. He steals the ball. He ties people up. How many times did he tie people up tonight? Lewis driving down the lane expecting to get a foul call, and Nelly Davis grabs the ball and just holds on to it. And Lewis wants the foul, and they call the jump ball. That's what he does. He gets hands in there without fouling. He's a great defender, very underrated defender in my opinion. I would love to see him. I mean, he had 13 points today, and that's awesome. 5 of 10 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3. But I would love to see him score 20 points a game. But I love that he plays defense, and he plays great defense.
My question now after all the.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say I have a super chat from $9.99 from Kelly Williams that says career high 16 points. Trying to make that point for Billy Richmond.
For Billy. Yeah. It's reasonable.
Yep.
By the way, all proceeds are going to Ty.
Yeah. Yeah, we encourage your super chats because Ty's going to be broke when he gets back from the Gulf of America.
That's right.
So
yep, he's going to burn all his money while we're gone. All he's gone.
Yep.
Help Ty survive. He's got to pay his bills this week. No, I was going to say, really thinking about it now, was this team worth the money? We all complained about it all year, right? Yeah, we want a refund. Blah, blah, blah. I did. I'm as bad as anyone else. But I'm starting to think they were worth the money.
I agree. I will.
Cal knows what he's doing or something.
I have a confession to make right here on this camera right now. For the last 2 seasons, I have done nothing but complain about Trevon Brazile. I have talked about how soft he is,
Yep.
and let's be honest. If you look at him statistically, he has been garbage for 2 years. And then something happened in January, February, and Brazile has gone back to old Brazile. That dunk at the beginning of the game was the first time I jumped out of my seat. Like, I think we were 2 minutes into the game, and he gets that rebound and just throws it back down. Yeah, he has been soft, this guy.
I think Cal and Kenny Payne changed Brazile.
He threw that dunk down and screamed in Ejiofor's face, and I jumped out of my chair and was like, yes. That's exactly. That's what I want to see from Brazile. We hadn't seen it in, I don't even know. We hadn't seen it in 2 years since he got injured. So
yeah.
Back on the debate, Keith Flynn says 51% Knox, 49% Billy.
I'll say, well, that's hard to say. Statistically, I would say Knox, but I like Billy. Billy's like my guy on the team because I've tweeted it a couple times. That guy was born with a knife in his hand. You know what I mean? Billy's a dog. Billy's energy drives the team, man. I'm going Billy all day. Billy.
Yeah, but who started
Billy, baby?
Who started driving the team this game?
True. Knox came out hot.
Knox came out on fire. Knox came out on fire. I'm just telling you, I know he disappeared at the beginning of the second half, but if it wasn't for the way that he started the game, we're in trouble.
Ty's never going to let us on the show again if we give 2 people the chain. Justin Kipper says, show, you give 2 chains away.
Justin Kipper says Brazile is helped by better talent on this team. He can't carry a team on his own. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. He can have a little less fear with what he's doing if he's not the main guy. 100%.
Yeah. I think he's found his role too, because he needs to be a rebounder, and lay out the screens and what is he? I think he runs at a 4 or 5, doesn't he? What does he run? Is he a 4 or is he a 5?
Oh, he's a 4.
Not speed.
I was like, what do you mean? He runs a 4-5?
Does he run a 4-5? No. No, I just think he's found his role, and he's got him in. I think Cal's doing the right stuff with him.
Yeah, I think that's right. It's helped to define his role a little bit. But also, I think I don't know if maybe it just clicked for him again. Like, even at the start of this season, he was still soft. Somewhere in late January, early February, he said, I'm going to change and go back to what I was doing. What I was doing was right. And I don't know. He kind of reminds me now of a less talented Dennis Rodman.
I want to say it was a confidence issue with his injury.
I think you're right.
I think he was scared of getting hurt again, and then now, for whatever reason, Cal said on multiple occasions that the players, each player on the team has came out of some dark places, each individually. So I'm sure that's probably sprinkled in there somewhere. I'm actually really glad that they're doing the Vice documentary right now. And I haven't watched a single episode, but I've seen previews.
Uh-huh.
But man, that's gonna be cool whenever these episodes come out.
Yeah, for sure. The man with no name says, what are your thoughts on Big Z? Transfer or get better?
Transfer. I don't think he will. I think he'll be depth next year. I don't think he's going anywhere.
I don't think he's going anywhere either.
Where's he gonna go? He needs to eat some damn steak and eggs, man. You know what I mean?
The same thing could be said about Brazile.
If he was thicker, he'd be better. Obviously, like if he would just put some muscle on or just some body weight in general, being that tall, and I'm sure that's hard to do when you're 7. What is he, 7'2"?
Something like that, yeah.
So I'm sure it's pretty tough to do. But I'm just saying, man, if you put some mass on him, he's got the shot. Like, he can shoot threes. He can be a problem and be a true 5.
I disagree. I have a hard time with guys calling them true 5s when they step out and shoot threes. And
That's
I
true.
don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
guess he
stop.
would be what, a
I
4?
don't want to stop him necessarily from doing that because he at times is the best shooter on the team, right? Sometimes he is, and then sometimes he goes as cold as ice. Or he's just
It's crazy.
ineffective.
One of the best things
I think he
that I've
might
gotten.
replace Brazil next year.
Yeah.
Be the 4
Brazil's
guy.
gone after this, isn't he?
Yeah. So I think he might be the 4 guy if we can get a big center to be a presence down low and let him float and shoot threes, but also play some power forward. That's just my thought.
They brought in the who it was Tail, but it's spelled RTAIL. I think him and Z are going to be in very similar positions next year. I mean, obviously Z's got the edge because he's more experienced, but I think the kid coming in is a little thicker than Z is. I think he's shorter, but I don't know. I've been looking for his weight everywhere I've seen where he committed. I see height, but I see no weight. So I'm going, how big is this dude? But anyway,
yeah. I got you.
I think Z will stick around. What is I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of rumors that people saying that Wagner might go to the portal, and I'm just like, why?
Why?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
if
thoughts.
if he's not going pro, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like I heard Boogie wasn't expected to stay after this season. So why
Do you
wouldn't
think
Wagner
Boogie would
just
have came
continue to
back
play
had we
point?
not made the tournament? Because I don't think he would have.
No, I don't think.
I mean,
he
obviously he came back in the tournament, but
I think he's back to show that he's okay. Is all.
Yeah,
I think Boogie's back to show that he's okay for the draft.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Travis, we have to come to consensus on this gold chain.
All right. I don't know. It's a tough one, man.
It is a tough one.
Probably going to go Knox, just because I'm giving in, but also because you're right at the front. He did fire us off. Like he laid the path with how this thing should go.
Yep. I think that's the case.
And he was better statistically.
That is not to take anything away from Billy Richmond, but there's even that one series on defense. Knox got 2 blocks in the same defensive stand. He blocked one off the backboard and then turned around. I think it even was Ejiofor who got the next offensive rebound and tried to put it right back up, and Knox turns around and throws that one out. The energy he had just to even make those kind of plays. I have to give it to Knox, guys. Knox is getting the gold chain, but we'll give the Dookie gold chain to Billy Richmond because 16 points, his career high, and 16 points, 9 boards is a phenomenal game. Also, it's hard not to give it to him. But Knox was just the man today. So gold chain to Carter Knox. Is that his first? I don't remember that he's gotten one this season.
I'm not 100%. Chat will probably know. I honestly don't know. All right,
chat. Let me know. Okay.
Timmy, I hate to do it to you, buddy, but I got to get the wife home. But I did want to stop by as long as I possibly could.
You know what? You didn't leave me with a 1-shot camera here, so the screen's gonna go funny, guys.
The edge. I don't think I locked them. Hey, give somebody the link. Let them call in. Don't drag that one.
See, that's what happens when you give me control of things.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. All right, man. It was good to see you. Good to see you. Glad Jess is okay. Everybody say some prayers for Travis' wife, Jess. That's my man, Ernie. Big E.
You want to be on camera?
Sure. No.
Big E.
I don't want to get deported. I gotta
go. See you, man.
All right, man. See ya.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. Real quick, we'll just take a look at the next game, and then I'll probably get out of here. Apologies that I am not. Ty is off in the Caribbean enjoying family time and stuff. So we're doing the best we can right here, but Yeah, let's take a look at Texas Tech real quick. It looks like they beat UNC Wilmington by 10. Right now, they are taking on Drake. Drake is an 11 seed. Texas Tech is a 3 seed. It's not looking too terribly difficult for them. Drake did overcome Missouri. So we're fans of Drake. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fans of Drake for taking out Missouri, and let's hope they take out Texas Tech. Let's see. I'm a Kentucky fan. National Champion says, I'm a Kentucky fan and I hate the Calipari left UK. Arkansas is my favorite coach historically coaching them. Yeah, well, that was a historical performance today. Love seeing Patino lose. Love having Coach Cal here, turning a season around that looked like it was in the tank from the beginning of the conference season at 0-5 to turn around and make the Sweet 16. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, Big Z, P501 up. Big Z saved us with them 20-point games last month. We was looking bad. He did. He had some great moments. He's kind of fallen off the last couple of weeks. Not really sure why he's fallen off, but he has. So hopefully he can pick that up next week. Probably read a couple more comments here and then I'll probably get out of here. Shout out to sponsors, direct service, overhead garage doors, quality outcomes, affordable prices, same day service. And also shout out to Brothrow. Go in and make your bets. This is a technical difficulty for me. I don't have Ty and Travis's ability to pull up their site to show it, but go out and make bets. And, I'd say bet on the Hogs for the Sweet 16. Let's make an Elite 8 here. One more super chat, $4.99 from I Am Prue. Ty, get you something to sip on, safe travels, and woo pig suey. Sweet 16, baby. That's right. Yeah, Steven, you're right too. Big Z helped us out today. He ate up 5 BS calls for us. It was an atrocious officiated game. That's one of the worst officiated games I've ever seen in college basketball. I think that Ejiofor has a future as the next LeBron James. Whenever LeBron is done in the NBA, just put Ejiofor in there. He's happy to go slide across the floor and fall on the floor when nobody touches him. And the refs are apparently happy to give him those calls. So, all right, guys, I think with that, I'm going to call this one done. Travis and I will be back, and he'll be running this show. He does a great job at it. On Monday, Ty will be back after Monday. But Travis is going to come run this show on Monday, and we'll be ready to talk some more basketball. Probably have some better thoughts on the winner of the Texas Tech Drake game. Some thoughts on baseball and everything else that happens in Razorback sports. And with that, we're out.